Today's redesign is brought to you by this random interaction.
I'm sorry, you're 10,000 years old? Oh, talk about aging gracefully. What do you see in him?
First of all, thank you to everybody that's been sending redesign ideas. I greatly appreciate it, and I'm definitely happy for the feedback on the channel, and specifically the fact that you guys actually like these redesign videos that I do. But this particular one was actually pretty intriguing to me. I was asked to do a redesign of Cassie Cage. Now, I know it's cool to hate the combat kids, but I personally don't have a problem with Cassie specifically. I don't think she's necessarily a bad character, but just her being the daughter of Johnny Cage and Sonya, I don't know, because I don't really care that much about Sonya's character anymore. It just, I don't know, it leaves something lacking to me with Cassie as well. Plus, I don't believe there's a reason why both of them should be in the same game, but that's a whole other conversation. But neither of them are in Mortal Kombat 1. So what I've decided to do today is actually do a redesign of Cassie Cage for MK1. Because this is supposed to be a brand new timeline and a new start for Mortal Kombat, and things are supposed to be so wacky and different now, a viewer of my last redesign that I did for Jade actually had the suggestion of me doing a design of Cassie with the caveat that A, she's a Denian, and B, she's the daughter of Johnny Cage and Katana, hence the video that I played at the beginning of this. So what I'm going to try to do is actually make Cassie an Edenian. Honestly, I don't know how this is going to turn out. Yeah, this is going to be interesting to say the least, but nonetheless, here we go. Okay, so to start off with, I actually used one of Cassie's, I think it's either one of her intros or her exits for Mortal Kombat 11, where she's drinking a soda. I think it's an intro where she's drinking a soda before the fight. I actually wanted to use that for a pose. I figured it would still give her a little bit of personality, and I wanted Cassie to seem more like Johnny in her design. She's not Sonya's daughter, so in my mind it's like the least amount of Sonya that I could have, the better. But there was one small little detail that I kept from Cassie's design from MK11 that you'll see later after I got the pose finished, and that was the utility belt. Not that she needed to be like special forces or military or anything like that, but my mindset was, if she's Johnny Cage's daughter, I don't think, even if she's still Katana's daughter too, her using like fans or some type of sword or something like that just still wouldn't seem right. I know Johnny Cage still had a sword in Mortal Kombat 1 in the story mode from time to time, and he was basically holding on to Kenshi's Sento for quite a while. But I don't know, I just felt like Cassie should be carrying guns and explosives and stuff like that. I was just thinking of her having like a crazier moveset that combined sort of weird katana powers with actual real life weapons that would fit Johnny Cage's fighting style. So I kept the utility belt on her, but I still made her have sort of a royal Edenian outfit, sort of like Katana, Melina, and Sindel have. And pretty similar to the one that I gave Jade in my last redesign. That's the only thing that sort of bothers me about this, is it's so Outworld or Edenian looking that it's very similar to the Jade design that I did, while still looking kind of different. But like I said, I wanted her to look more Johnny-like than she has in quite a while, I think since MKX. Also, just to get this out of the way, if you've liked the video so far and enjoyed what you're seeing, I'd love it if you hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. Really appreciate it. Now back to the video. So of course she still has the shades and stuff like that, but I wanted her actual outfit in terms of its color scheme to look more like a Johnny Cage design. So skipping ahead here, when I actually got to the coloring phase of this design, I actually went with the classic black and blue Johnny Cage look. And I'm such a huge fan of the Mortal Kombat trilogy and MK4 look for Johnny Cage. I still think in my mind the only thing that design is really missing is the Johnny Cage tattoo across the chest. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to give Cassie a tattoo somewhere on her body, but I couldn't think of what the tattoo would be and where to put it, and I just didn't want to put Cassie on her arm. Though I guess in theory I could have just wrote Cassie straight down her arm rather than draw it across or anything like that. Dang, in hindsight, that would have been a good idea to do. I don't know, maybe a later design, I don't know. But yeah, I gave her a black and blue sort of Edenian outfit, but I made it look more Johnny Cage-like, so it fits Cassie. I also drew her little drone. Don't know why, it was just a side thing to stick in there. I don't know, it adds to the personality of the picture. Very random, but I felt the need to get it in there. Now, I need to throw this out there too. The one nugget that I did add just as a nod to throwback Cassie, and it has no context as to why she would have it now other than it looks kind of cringy. I gave her dog tags. It would make no sense for her to have dog tags because she's not serving in the military, but my thought was she would still kind of be in the Outworld military. It's something along those lines in the royal family of Outworld, but whatever. As you can tell, I had to do a lot of like character thought process behind this because it's like I'm trying to undo the thought process of Johnny and Sonya being Cassie's parents and think more along the lines of Johnny and Katana. And a big thing with that is I wanted her to be more raised by Katana than Johnny. Just feel like Katana would make for a much better parent than Johnny. But because that personality's still there, she would still have a lot of Johnny-isms, if that makes any sense. But I also had the idea that she would probably be trained by Lee May. That's how I got the idea for her top almost completely. I just don't have the little vest thing that Lee May has over top of it, but the actual shirt underneath is what I use as a reference for Cassie's top. And then my other thought, which is the reason why I even wanted the shades on her to begin with, not just because they look like Johnny's shades, but I thought about Cassie being sort of a movie star or introducing cinema to the people of Outworld. Because it would be too easy to just say, oh, she's a Edenian and she's a movie star in Earthrealm, almost like how Johnny said he wanted somebody prettier to start being the lead in his movies that he's creating. But I thought along the lines of what if Johnny's daughter was actually trying to make movies in Outworld? There's not a movie business, there's not a movie industry, there's nothing like Hollywood in Outworld. So I just thought that as a concept would be wild. So having Cassie as like the big movie star over in Outworld the way that Johnny is in Earthrealm, or probably better, would be an interesting idea. So I'm not sure if this actual outfit gives this design gives the feel of a Outworld or a Hollywood Edenian, but I hope it does. This was such a weird design. That's why I actually chose this one to do. It was so out there, and the second I read it, I didn't even know what to do or how I would come about it, but that's what made me want to try it so much. So let me know in the comments below what you think of this Edenian Cassie Cage and what you would actually change or what you would add to this design to actually make it fit what that character would be, whatever that is. It's hard to think about the parents of Cassie Cage being Katana and Johnny Cage, especially considering this timeline. I almost want to bet money that Katana would end up with Raiden, but that's a whole other conversation. Not getting into that. But yeah, let me know what you're thinking in the comments below. Also, like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And you all have a good one. And I'm out.
Friendship. Cassandra Cage wins. Flawless victory.